What is up, guys? This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Star Wars The Black Series GameStop exclusive Inferno Squad Agent. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Black Series packaging. We can also see the only at GameStop exclusive sticker on the front. Turning the box around, we can also see an image of the Inferno Squad Agent, along with a short bio in multiple languages. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's the Inferno Squad Agent out of the box. And man, this is a pretty cool figure. Now I know you might be thinking, well, this is just a repaint of the TIE Fighter pilot, and it kind of is. But it does have a few changes that actually makes it like it a lot more than your standard TIE Fighter pilot. I love the paint apps, he's got a really cool blaster, and like I said, there are some minor changes that I think will make you really appreciate this figure a lot more. So with this figure finally in hand, let's take a closer look at the Inferno Squad Agent. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Inferno Squad Agent from Battlefront 2. Now, I am a huge fan of the Battlefront games, like a really big fan. I've played all the Battlefront games, I own all of them, and I cannot wait till Battlefront 2 comes out so we can see these guys in action. This is, for the most part, just a repaint of your standard TIE pilot, but there are quite a bit of differences when you really take a look at it. So, I actually do have these guys right here. So this is your standard TIE pilot, and this is the one from the Entertainment Earth 4-pack, I believe. This was, I forgot, Lieutenant something, or whatever. The name escapes me, but... So you can see there are some differences from the Inferno Squad Agent to these other two, so I'm going to put this guy aside, and I'm going to do some quick comparisons right here to show you what the major differences are. So first and foremost, you can see that the colors are different, the Inferno Squad Agent having a lot more red than your standard TIE pilot. So we can look from the sides here first. We'll see this. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus on this, and you'll see what I mean. So again, the colors are different. We got an red Imperial logo right on top of his helmet, whereas the standard one has a silver logo, and the standard TIE pilot has a silver Imperial logo right here, whereas the Inferno Squad Agent actually has the Inferno Squad logo right there on the arm, which is pretty cool. You turn this around, there's for the most part pretty much the same, with the exception of a little red marking right there where this one has none. You turn it to the front, again you look at their chest panels right here, and you can see the slight differences in the colors as well, where this one has a little more red on this, and on these little buttons right here. This one has black. Same thing with a big red button right there, and this one has just like a little gray button right there. So you turn this to this side, and there's a lot more different paint apps, especially on the helmet. So you got some red markings up here, and like that across the faceplate and whatnot. Then where the TIE pilot has a silver Imperial logo right here, we get the Inferno Squad logo right there on the helmet, and the same thing with the arms. Imperial logo, Inferno Squad emblem, like that. So, for the most part, that's the big differences. And then with this Inferno Squad, we do got some red striping going down the right side of his body, so down to the arm, and the side, and all the way down the leg, which looks pretty cool. The other big difference that I've noticed is the belt. So this is your standard one. It's just a simple belt with a silver belt buckle, and you can see where the gun is holstered to the side of the figure, which is pretty cool. You look at this one, and this one has a little bit more of a stormtrooper type of belt with those little pouches and little square pouches and whatnot, and his gun is actually more holstered to the back, which I actually do appreciate a lot more, because with these ones, you know, you couldn't really get the arms all the way straight forward because they have to kind of wrap around the gun holster itself, where this one's more pulled to the back, and you can get the arms more flush to the sides of the body, which I actually do like a lot better. So very, very cool. So speaking of that blaster, it is your standard Stormtrooper blaster that we've seen with a lot of other figures, but as you can see, this one actually does have more paint apps. This is more of almost like a semi-gloss black with some silver dry brushing and whatnot, and so that looks really cool. I like it when our guns actually get a little more paint detailing than just the color that they're molded in, so that works out very, very well. And he does hold it in either hand, but he does prefer to have his right hand with an actual trigger hand, and that holds on there very well. And if my camera decides to focus, there you go. So that works out pretty good. I do like that quite a bit. So you take that off, and put that back there. So very, very nice. So the paint apps on the figure, in my opinion, are very, very nicely done. Oh, that's the other thing too, the eyes. You can see the eyes on the Inferno Squad Agent are actually more of a darker red, where this one, the TIE Fighter, is just plain black. So that's another paint difference. But again, the colors are very nice. The bodysuit itself, the paint is slightly more muted than, say, like the gloves and the boots, where the boots and the gloves are like a lot more glossy and whatnot. So I like that quite a bit. And these hoses are separate pieces, so when you're moving around, these might pop off on you every here and there, but they do hold on. So when you need to move it around, it does work out very well. So very, very nice. The sculpt looks fantastic. I've always loved the sculpt of the TIE Fighter pilot, and I think with this color scheme, you know, my favorite colors being black and red, I just think it looks very, very cool. So very nicely done overall design. So let's take a look at the articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, does roll around like so, does turn left and right, looks up and down a little bit like that, and those hoses do move around with the figure, which I do appreciate. Arms can go a full 360, out to the side about that much. We got does turn in there like that. Single bend at the elbow, as well as rotation at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We get a ball peg. Seems to be, is it ball peg? No, it seems to be just a standard swivel at the waist like that, so it turns left and right. Hip joints that kick forward about that much, back about that far, into the splits about that much, upper thigh swivel allows you to rotate left and right, double jointed knees that work very nice. We do get an ankle joint, allows you to point the toe up and down just like so, and a very nice ankle rocker. So overall, I do think this is a pretty badass figure. Again, something about this design of the TIE Fighter pilot has always been something of one of my favorite designs in Star Wars. Maybe because it was they're black, you know what I mean? They were kind of like the first black stormtroopers we ever kind of saw and whatnot. But I think they're very, very cool. I think this color scheme is fantastic with the addition of the red. I think just makes this figure pop a little more, and I think it does make it stand out a little more special than your standard TIE Fighter pilot. And again, I'm a big fan of the Battlefront games, and I cannot wait to play it because I think these guys are going to kick so much ass. I think they're going to be completely awesome. So I believe this is, it is a GameStop exclusive. So I really suggest picking him up because I think he is definitely a must get.
So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Black Series comparison, here he is standing next to a couple other Black Series TIE Fighter pilots in my collection. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the Shock Trooper from the first Battlefront game. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Star Wars The Black Series GameStop exclusive Inferno Squad Agent. Now overall, I do love this figure. I know he's for the most part just a repaint of your TIE Fighter pilot, but it's a very good repaint. The additions of that Inferno Squad markings and all the red paint apps, the really cool updated belt with an awesome gun makes this for a really cool figure. And if you're a big Battlefront guy like I am, you'll absolutely love this piece, and I think he'll look awesome in your Star Wars collection. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.